Okay, we're going to attempt to do some, you know, I just feel like doing this for fun, to be quite honest with you. I got this Harbor Freight infrared thermometer temp gun, and I'm sick of putting batteries in this thing, to be honest with you. It's getting annoying, and I have a bunch of like old laptop batteries going around. So what I bought was, I bought 10 of these off the internet, which are 18650 sockets or holders or whatever you want to call them. I got 10 of them. Like here, like, let's show you a handful of these things. So I got them with leads because I was like, you know what, an 18650 will fit in here if I do some, if I just, like, if I throw this away or I install it with it or I grind it out and I put the battery in there so it still covers like you don't know, that would be cool. And then I bought, look at these guys. You turn on the display. Sorry if I wiggle the camera. So this is a, well, I'm out of the light. This is an 18650 charging micro USB circuit boy. So you connect the battery to it, inputs and outputs, and this is the charger port, micro USB, and it has charging and totally full indicator lights built in. It's extremely small. I got a look at this, I got 10 of them for like nothing. I got like 10 for 10 bucks or something like that. Check this out, they just come on big circuit board thing. So I snapped one out of there, and I bet you I can fit all this, and I can even hot glue this boy in the bottom of the handle, get the socket for the battery in here, and make it so that it still closes and has a little USB charging port in it. I think I can do this. I believe I can do this. So that's 90% of it, right? So I got to trim all this out, get rid of as much of this as I can to make all the room to make it easy for myself, and go from there, right? So follow me along on this journey and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I thought it'd be funny to see if I can get it to work for no other reason. Maybe some of you can identify with that. Alright, I'm firing up my soldering iron. I got enough of this cut out. It actually has to stick out of the bottom a little bit, unfortunately, but you know what, it's a cheap thing, and all these parts are cheap things, and it doesn't seem to bother me. So we're gonna solder this stuff in, get the management almost like a BMS. I'm gonna get the battery manager in there and solder the battery connectors to it, and then go from there. And I'm going to size up, see this, what we got here, so this, let me tuck the wire, so this will close, but I only have, you know, I have so much height to deal with here, so I'm going to work on this, and then that's where I'm just going to probably Gorilla Glue this, or just glue it lightly in place. And then, you know, this part at least is, I can open it back up, I can connect some lead wires from the I/O on this and this and this, and see how it all works out, right? We're gonna see. Alright, so we're rolling, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I got the battery management unit and the battery wired up, and if I pull the trigger, this guy turns on and it displays like 70 degrees, which is fairly accurate. Down here, what do we got? 76. Let's point it into the light. 134 degrees out of this LED spotlight. So yeah, all that's looking good. It's just got to cram all this stuff inside somehow. and see how it works out. So it is working. Everything's pretty functional. Ta-da! Just stuff it in here. Okay, so it was difficult. I had to trim quite a bit, and it's still, I am not an artist. It would not fit in here very nicely, so I abandoned it. And I just put the battery on the outside so the battery's swappable, and made it easier on myself. You can see where I trimmed to make stuff fit, but whatever. So what I ended up doing was I got some Gorilla Glue gel, and I just glued this battery holder right to the face and a bunch of spots. And I got the wires there, and everything's going into the charge controller, BMS, whatever you want to call it, USB guy. And I have an outlet here. Let me unplug this stuff. Put this guy aside. I don't burn myself. We'll plug it in. I think I'm just going to wrap tape around it. Huh. Shows a red light for charging down here. I mean, it would be nice to see the red light versus the green light, but I just shrink wrap the whole thing so I don't ground it out. But there is little charging lights on there, so it's charging and you can still use it. It says 73 degrees. Pointed up at the LED. 159 degrees, 167 max. It is working. It is chargeable. Pretty nice. I'm thinking about just throwing some Gorilla black duct tape on it. Just wrapping this stuff up and calling it done. What do you think? Pretty nice. Now it's rechargeable, and it has a 18650 LiPo, which man, about 2000 milliamp hours. Should last quite a long time. And what's nice is you just plug that guy in, charge it up. Okay, so in closing, we have the world's most useless Harbor Freight temp gun with the 18650 rechargeable cell in it, battery management board, micro USB chargeable. Everyone's like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, why not do that? I'm not understanding why not tear something apart and do something dumb. Why do people have to ask why Sloppy Mechanics is tearing apart something when he could just put rechargeable batteries inside? I did put a rechargeable battery in it, guys. Anyway,